Hello and welcome back to my channel, Loving Your Life with Mama D, and I am Glenda Davis, aka Mama D. Today I want to talk to you about incarceration. That's right, going to jail, being in jail, being arrested. This is something that's very dear to me right now because I have two loved ones incarcerated. Yep. What happens when a loved one is incarcerated? What does that mean to the family who's not incarcerated? And I see it as we all are serving time. We may not be behind the bars, but we we're either we're hurt. Sometimes you get depressed. Um, the wife or the mother or the person who is not incarcerated, who may have been dependent on their income, now no longer has that income. Then there's all these expenses with the phone calls, putting money on the books, just it's just a whole array of things that the family feels. It's the absence, it's the not knowing, even from the time that they are arrested. Let's just take it back a little. Let's take it from the time in which they are stopped, maybe by the police or pulled over. First of all, we as African Americans, uh, it means what it means to the average person is not what it means to us. Because when we see blue lights behind us, especially African American men, when we see those blue lights or when they see those blue lights, I think the thing comes on is do I run? Do I turn on my camera? How is this gonna pan out? So it's so much to be said about this, and I don't want this to be a long video, but I do want to share a few things. I think I want to first address us, not necessarily Black men, but Black women also. We have to learn our rights, first of all, when we are incarcerated or when we are handcuffed. Most of the time, we can't afford lawyers, and we end up with public defenders. And those public defenders are not necessarily helping you because there's some that are good and there's some who can care less. The public defender that my grandson had, he literally suggested to the judge to give him prison time. I was sitting there like, what did he just say? And he suggested prison time for him. He could have gone on a box. He could have gotten community service. And as I said, nobody was shot, nobody was killed, nobody was harmed, no theft, no robbery, none of that. Yeah. But the judge went with it and gave him a year. A year. And he's young. He's very young. And I pray that he gets it now, that you don't take the fall for other people, that you have to know the people that you are around, choosing your friends wisely. And I feel like I'm bouncing all over the place, but it's just so much that's going on in my mind that I want to say. And even to the ladies who are the amount of women who are incarcerated. And I just pulled up on my phone. I just want to give you some recent numbers. Did you know that over 38% of inmates are Black? And did you know that Black people are only 13% of the population? Why is a percentage so high when we're really so few? It doesn't make sense. So we have this is what I feel is going to be part of the solution. This is just a part of the solution. It has to start at home. We have to be more aggressive with educating our African American men, women, boys, and girls about that messed up prisons. That when I say messed up prison. I told my kids, I said, going to jail is like living upstairs in our bathroom, in the full bathroom. The bathtub is your bed. You got a toilet and you have a sink. And then there's no wall there. You have no privacy. Okay? I'm not trying to live in no bathroom. You may come out for a fun time. Maybe you play basketball or something, depending on what kind of facility you're in. You have to do what you got to do to survive, to show your manhood, um, your food, down to you can get in trouble or get what is called a ticket for the silliest things in jail. And it's inhumane. What goes on behind those prison walls? If you don't know anybody behind prison walls who can tell you, let me tell you, because I have two loved ones in two different states, thousands of miles apart. And what I hear and when I talk to them, it just brings you down. It just brings you down. It brings it. You could have made this decision, but you made that decision. And then you ended up with your hands behind your back, pushed down to a car. Some don't make it at all. Some get shot, beat to death, and all that. Just being at the right place, but many times at the wrong time. And some are in prison and they are innocent. They do nothing. Do you know how many people have served like life sentences and have even gotten the electric chair and they were innocent? Didn't do it. They're starting now to use DNA to prove that some of these men and women were innocent, but they done lost their whole life has been spent in prison. Okay. Mothers, fathers, husbands, wives, sisters, and brothers. Let's start having conversations about alternatives. Your friends making wise choices, not being in the wrong place, and how to discern when something's not right, and maybe what you can do to avoid a situation. I don't have all the answers, but I know that talking about it is the key. It's going to have to be the first step. Yes, we can march, we can carry our signs, we can post the signs in the yard, Black Lives Matters. We can do all of that. Everything that we've been doing, that and more. But we got to have those conversations at home. We got to. I remember begging my grandson. I I begged him to make a different choice. And he didn't listen. Don't forfeit your freedom. Your freedom is everything. We've got to have police reform. We've got to talk about it. We got to educate our young Black men and women. Little girls need their father. Children need their parents. We've got to keep our families together. Prison is no place for us.